All right, everyone, welcome back to another Drive and Talk. Well, I haven't done one of these ones in a while, and I just wanted to take the time to just say thank you. Thank you to everybody who tunes in and watches the videos and comments and likes. I really appreciate it. I spend the time, commenting and responding to you guys, and it's me, at 1 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. Because I feel like it's important for me to at least do that for you guys. You guys are the ones making time to watch the videos when you guys can be doing 1,000 other things, and so I really thank you guys. By this time, the Civic EG documentary is out. Thank you, Rudy, Jerry, and Mike for making time for me. It's pretty rad that individuals just make time to talk about their stories, and I think that's something that I really appreciate, and I don't take it for granted. That said, I wanted to just kind of catch up with you guys and talk about some of the stuff that I have planned for you. So one of the biggest things that I've always seen is that once you follow somebody and you like what they do, and then they go on Instagram Live, or they do it's just like podcasts and things like that, there seems to be a disengagement, a lack of audience, and whoever's running the video or the interview, this engagement. And so I want to be able to break through that. I want to be able to create, and I do apologize if the camera is moving a lot. It's just LA streets are not the friendliest, I guess. I want to be able to do, I'm looking into being able to go stream live on YouTube, and the few of you guys who have time or just happen to catch the stream and want to comment, I want to be able to interact with you guys. And so unlike other channels where I've been on that end where I'm commenting or I'm asking a question because I'm just curious about whatever, and they never seem to read the comments. They just kind of and they know they're there, because then they'll pick a specific one that has a big following too, oh, so and so, thanks for joining us, and it's what about the rest of us, man? And I don't want that for me. Part of the reason why I interview everyday budget people is because I don't necessarily want the high end. I don't want a crazy build that everyday Joe can build. I don't want that. And so a big part of that is always kind of pushing myself again out of my comfort zone. And so obviously you guys have seen my transition and continue to see my transition in pushing myself, and I'm a huge advocate for trying different things, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. People are still gonna be unhappy with X, Y, or Z way of doing things, and so you definitely have to listen to the people that are trying to push you in a better way instead of just saying things to be rude or negative. So what I'm trying to do is I am gonna be scheduling specific people to go on a live stream. Once I go on a live stream, obviously you guys are gonna be able to tune in or not, and then as the comments roll by, I'll be using this software that allows me to kind of tag your comment on the screen, and so that way if you guys have a question for, let's say Raul from Checker Sports, he's kind enough to say, yeah, I'm down to join you, and if you guys have a question for Raul, maybe I'm not asking the right questions, you guys can ask one, and then we have a discussion after that. It doesn't have to just stay automotive. I do believe in having conversations about other topics. Am I going to try to get too political or religious or things like that? Of course not. Because I do have automotive anatomy. It's not politically anatomy. It's about cars, but I do think that it's always important to know the backgrounds of different people and know that I respect every single point of view, and I think that's what makes it. That's what's gonna make it interesting. Where you don't know who's gonna tune in, you don't know what the conversation is gonna about. Hopefully, they're positive ones, and hopefully we stay off too much of the news, because I don't watch the news. So I don't want to talk about the news. But I do feel like it's important to allow other people to chime in, and I think that engagement will bring. And again, for the watch and talks and even the drive and talks, I know that there's about 300 of you guys that show up and comment and listen to it, and I really, really appreciate it. You guys have no idea. I had a couple people comment on the last video, oh, I guess I'm one of those weirdos that watches all your videos. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm just a regular ass dude that I don't, the social media numbers, they're a good way of showing, I guess, how big you're getting. or the process that you're getting. And it's amazing how once that number changes on social media, it seems like all these different doors open for you, or if the number's not right, then those doors are closed for you. But I don't want it to be like that, man. Do I want the channel to keep growing? Of course. I want it to be at 1 million views, subscribers, and I'm still gonna be interviewing Honda Civics. I give two shits about, now that you're at this number, you shouldn't be interviewing Hondas. You should be interviewing these high-end cars. Nah. But if you want to go and do that for yourself, again, being open-minded, go ahead and do it. Make it happen. I mean, if you want to do interviews and it's all exotics because you don't want Hondas, more power to you. There's a lot of people that do that, and it seems to attract a lot of the audience, and I like that. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't watch those videos, but one thing that I have learned and tying it back to the podcast that I want to do, I don't even want to call it a podcast. It's just streaming. So I don't know. I don't even know what a podcast is. I talked to you guys about this already. But one of the reasons is the internet's huge. It's so big, and we all get caught up with, well, I grew my following, so I'm not going to help anybody else because I did it all by myself. Bullshit. You didn't do it by yourself. It's people that watch you. We, as in video platform, we're nothing without viewers. And so you guys have to remember that, how powerful it is for you guys to sit in or not sit in. It's like the good old, your best way of contradicting or fighting or your beliefs is by your dollar. If you don't want to spend $1 on somebody's company because you don't believe in it, then you don't get to spend the $1 in them. You can go spend that same dollar somewhere else. And the same thing with the internet. I feel like it's huge, and so people get caught up on the whole, like, well, I have my platform, and this so and so wants me to shout him out, and dude, who cares? And the reason why I feel like who cares is this. What my idea is of the YouTube streaming, I want to be able to stream it. I want to be able to copy the meat, paste it on the comment section. Some of you can copy and paste it, and then ask to join in. And then I want you to join in while we're having a conversation with Raul or whoever we're having a conversation with. And guess what? Now you're on YouTube, and you're gonna have your 2 cents. I know Ben from Arizona was so kind enough to be the very first one to, set it up with me like that via email. Woo! And we had a nice conversation, and I still remember him. I still know that he's building his EF or EG, one of those two, but on a family income in Arizona, and he's kicking ass, and I still see him, comment here and there. I know that he's there. It's just like, that's cool. Like, we're everyday Joes. Once you start thinking that your social media platform makes you immortal or some type of a special person, I think that's the disengagement, and people will still follow, but do you really have a connection with them? And that's what I'm trying to create with this this new little adventure that I'm going. And it might flop, who cares? And by a flop, not necessarily by numbers. By flopping means a lot of the things that I do, it's a lot of behind the scenes that you guys will never get to see. Like, oh, Gus is just bringing out another interview. Oh, Gus just had a guest. Oh, you know how time consuming it is to set that up, to get people together, to do the behind the work that other people don't want to do. It's a lot of work, but I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy having conversations with people. Nevertheless, it's still a lot of work. And so if it flops, I mean, if it gets to the point where, like, dude, I'm constantly having to, push people to just be able to join me, it's not worth my time, because it's like I'm putting too much, and I'm not experiencing the enjoyment of just being able to have conversations. And again, I'm not looking for the big YouTube channels. I'm looking for those people that are building a brand. I'm looking for those people that are building a YouTube channel. I'm looking for those people that are like, hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, but my videos hasn't, algorithm hasn't worked with me. I'm looking for those people. I'm looking for positive people. If you have a brand, if you have something that you're like, damn, that'd be pretty cool to go talk to you about it, it's only like a 20-minute, 30-minute chat. Like, it's not going to be like this massive thing where, like, you need to prep for it. It's just tell us who you are, what you do, and then wherever that leads to. there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of people that have so many good stuff to offer, and we're caught up on the major headlines, the major YouTube channels, and then all these little YouTube channels, everyday Joes like you and I, who, to be honest, they're doing much intriguing, fun stuff, relatable stuff, but we get caught up on the major channels are big turbo, reaction video, drag races, like, thumbnails of girls, whatever. And then there's good old Joe and Ben and Tom and Mary who have this YouTube channel of them racing every day, them fixing up their suspension, and they're bringing so much. They're unique. They're unique. Their house is beautiful. Their style, the way they dress is nice. I mean, it's just, we have a lot. The internet's huge, and so I just want to be able to provide a platform, as small as it is, for other people to, discover other people. Now, I'm never going to downside anybody that comes in and tunes into the podcast. If it's 10 of you, fuck it. Let's make it. 10 of us. We're live. Let's get it. That's not what I mean by flopping. But if it's 10 of you who are like interactive and having a positive conversation, being respectful of one another, because we all have different beliefs. Let's be honest. I know for a fact those 10 are going to get us to the next 20. So I'm not too afraid about like, how we're going to grow. No. I'm more afraid of the conversation that we're going to have. Hopefully it's meaningful conversation, people that are open-minded. Again, not being disrespectful to any side of the spectrum, left, right, blue, white, green, whatever. Let's be open-minded. I feel like that's what creates something. And obviously, if there's somebody out there who is starting a YouTube channel and wants to come out and promote it and have a little chat about it, well, expect to have more than a conversation than just the YouTube channel. Because what I find is, like tomorrow, let's say Adam LZ can give me a huge shout out on Instagram or YouTube, and all of a sudden we have 80,000 followers as opposed to whatever we have now. Well, that's cool for I guess on a paper. That's cool for me on I guess mental, like, oh wow, I see something. But of those 80,000 people, if I don't connect with them, they're not gonna tune in. They'll be like, it was whack. They might even later on unsubscribe because they're like, why did I even subscribe to this dude to begin with? Maybe because we're too busy trying to think of numbers and not creating those meaningful conversation. I don't know. Bottom line, I wanted to catch up with you guys on that. So stay tuned for that. It should be coming fairly quick. And let's just have some fun. Let's build each other. Let's grow each other. Let's share each other on social media. The internet's huge, guys and ladies. It's just no need to be player hating. So I know I'm looking forward to talking to some of you guys, like EJ Chris 92. Homie's putting in work. He's doing work on a budget K-Swap Civic. It's like most budget builds are like you stay with the D series and you do something else. No, this budget is K series. But anyways, much love. I appreciate it. As always, we go for the car, but we stay for the person. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to speak to you guys and have a platform. And like I said, we'll continue growing, and we'll continue to respond to comments, and we'll continue to create meaningful relationships. Honestly, at the end of the day, that's what matters. Even if somebody else is making way more money, don't mean shit, man. Doesn't mean that they're actually happy. A lot of insecurities. So don't let the social media fool you. Don't let the numbers fool you, all right? We'll catch you in the next one.